See, this is me, Boba Fett.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Chiss Ascendancy. This is Josiah, and you are on day 10. This way? Yeah. Day 10 of 30 Days of Boba Fett, and I'm sure you can guess what today's episode is about. We've got a new trailer, y'all. And so if you are trying to go into Book of Boba Fett on December 29th with no trailer, no information, just blind as a bat, going in, knowing nothing, then this is your warning. You have been warned, okay? So here's what we're going to do. I have abstained. I worked like a 13-hour day today or something like that, getting stuff ready for Christmas. Obviously, most of you guys know I work at a church. We got a big Christmas production coming up. So working really hard on that today, different meetings and things. So I am very excited. I've been told, a bunch of people send me when stuff like this pops up, hey, have you seen this? Have you seen this? You're excited. And a few of you guys have said, I can't wait to see the reaction. So I really appreciate the support. Love you guys. Thank you so much. So here's the thing. I'm going to watch it for myself first. Okay. So that's going to be my raw reaction. And then we'll just play it by itself. And then we'll do a breakdown. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make myself smaller here. And let's bring this bad boy up here. This one, it says it's called The Return. Sounds fancy. Okay, let's see how high up. There we go. Okay, here we go. Raw reaction. Here we go. Let's make sure, I just want to make sure my audio is correct. See, I would have been wrong. I would have been wrong. All right, let me make sure I got my audio going. Let me make sure I can hear. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. Shut up, dude. Did I make this trailer? What is going on? Okay. What is that?
Left for dead.
Oh, snap.
On the sands of Tatooine. I am Boba
What?
Fett.
Yo. Dude, does someone watching this show make these commercials or what? Oh my gosh. That's more seismic charges than we've had in a freaking whole episode before. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my gosh. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to play it one way all the way through again for in full screen, just so especially if you're a YouTube viewer, that you can just get the full experience. So let's do this. View, we'll go to full screen. And we're just going to watch this. No interruptions, no comments or nothing. And then we'll do a breakdown.
Left for dead. On the sands of Tatooine. I am Boba Fett.
Okay, so clearly a fan of this show makes these TV spots, right? Like, there's no other way. Bow, 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 bow. They should just do the Imperial March of seismic charges at this point, you know. Let's see. Let's do this. All right. So, okay. Let's do this. I'm going to pull myself over here. And then let's do this. Okay. All right. So we're going to watch it again. And we're going to break it down. Let's see what the deal is. So, typical Tuscan shot we've gotten a couple of times. I cannot stop grinning from ear to ear with that freaking seismic charge. Okay, so again, heavy with the flashbacks. I assume this is Boba before he's gotten his armor back. Either that or this is like a tricky trick and someone takes back over the palace and kicks him out and he's trying to sneak back in and doesn't want to be seen or anyone know who he is or something. I don't know. He's kind of lost the element of surprise as far as the whole facial recognition thing. Obviously, I know the clones and all that, but I'm saying, you know, you think about this is so far removed from the Clone Wars. Of course, Imperial registries would recognize him like in The Mandalorian Season 2, but by and large, let's say someone kicks him out of Jabba's palace or whatever, and he takes off his armor to sneak back in. Other than him just flashing his face around in the show so far, no, I don't think that people remember clone troopers that well to be like, oh, you look like an older clone trooper. But I'm assuming this is a flashback. Man, I have said this 1,000 times, but I'm so glad we're finally getting to see in scale how big Jabba's palace was. Daggum seismic charge. This must be the moment he wakes up in the Bacta. Okay, so there's he's putting his armor on. I am sad to say that I have noticed, and me and Skeleton Astronaut have been talking about the fact that it seems like his boots don't have freaking horns on the end, so we're not going to get a toe horns to the crotch shot this season. That sucks. Maybe he's like really down and out and he's like, oh, I know I've been missing. And he puts his toe shoes back on with the horns. I like seeing, I always wondered like, is the Mandalorian armor already attached to like some kind of cloth or something? So it's cool to see. These are like this is like the iPhone 13 of pit droids right here getting him dressed. So it's cool to kind of see how that works. I've always kind of been curious. You know, the Jango Fett 3.75 figure from back in the day that had like, you could put his armor on. It was attached to the front of the shirt and it clipped in. But of course that could have just been made that way for playability. So it's cool to see how it works. And I guess it attaches together in the back. It's cool to see how the gauntlet goes on. It turns on right on the freaking day after we talked about the wrist rockets. So I think we're right in line with what Lucasfilm's doing. They should just hire me at this point. I'm already step in step with what they're doing. You guys agree? Sound off in the comments. Okay. Putting on his helmet. This thing over here on the back end of his right gauntlet is kind of new, I think. Unless it's just, maybe it's just seeing it from a different angle is different. Okay. I don't know if this is for sure, but to me, this ship looks significant. So I guess I'll be poring over this Vehicles and Vessels sourcebook again to see. This looks significant. I feel like they're showing it for a reason. We'll see. Think about in The Mandalorian so far. I know in Star Wars in general, like when you're on Coruscant, you get to see ships moving around. But especially in TV shows where like every second counts of every episode, I don't feel like, okay, like when you're in The Mandalorian and they're going to talk to Bo-Katan about getting the Darksaber back and finding Moff Gideon. The scene opens and you see the Mandalorian starship there. Not the Mandalorians, but a Mandalorian, starship right there. that's to set the scene of like, here's who we're going to see. You know, if something opens up and you see the Hound's Tooth, it's like, holy crap, that's Boss ship. What's going on? Same thing when they revealed Boba Fett. Like, they didn't show Boba Fett. They showed him turning around on Tatooine, but how we knew he was going to be in the tragedy and have a big role was you saw Slave One come in, and you're like, holy freak, he's on Slave One. Like, he's mobile, y'all. He's up and he's walking around. All the parents watching the podcast know that's a big moment, man. When that kid starts moving, woo, you're in trouble. So I think I have a feeling that ship is significant. I'm guessing either that Twi'lek is just a cool money shot that they're showing their improved head tails technology and all that kind of stuff, or that person's going to be important. Nothing crazy new in this shot, I don't think, of the dinner table. We've seen this one before, I believe. This shot is cool because we got to see the back of the swoop bike, but maybe we can see some characters on the front. Okay, so this looks like a ton of weakways, I guess. I can't really tell. But there's a bunch of them. That's a whole gang. Which, in Legends especially, swoop bike gang equals Black Sun, question mark. Prince Caesar and his slimy return. That would be cool. Okay, I've been hearing, I didn't see any of the trailers, but I did get a couple of messages saying this is supposed to be Cammy and Fixer at Tashi Station. If you guys don't know who Cammy and Fixer is, they're from a deleted scene from episode 4. Remember when Luke wanted to go to Tashi Station to, quote unquote, pick up some power converters? Supposedly these are those characters, is the rumor.
Left foot.
And then this is clearly Boba with the gaffy stick. Okay, so this is this is for sure the flashback we're gonna see because he's freaking burned to a crisp. Look at all these pockmarks on his shirt or whatever, and that looks to be his shirt that has those layers for where the my heavens, I'm so awestruck I can't even think of the word. When he fell into the Sarlacc, that looks like the armor, the under armor, no pun intended, that he was wearing. So this is the flashback, right? This is the flashback. We're going to see at least him survive. I'm not going to lie, I'm going to be a little put out if we see like him wake up and he comes back to life or whatever. I really want to see the Sarlacc throw him up, or the Krayt Dragon eat the Sarlacc, or something along those lines. And how long was he in the Sarlacc? These clothes don't look too worse for wear, so maybe he's been out for a while. He looks ticked. He looks like he just did a haka. And it doesn't look like he has eyebrows in that picture either, so that must be pretty fresh after the old Sarlacc. Super cool speeder and some bikes here. And I love, let's see, what's there to see in this picture? Nothing crazy. Pit droids, obviously. Are these guys just coming through town to like make a mess of things? A cool blade hidden in Fennec's butt of her rifle, and she's getting somebody. Okay, so my guess, this right here, not a hot take, but here's my prediction. This looks like the moment right after they take the throne. So maybe somebody's trying to like, hey, that's not your throne, and they try to come get him, and Fennec, puts a little dirt in their eye. Okay, here you have, some people have been saying maybe this is Crimson Dawn. That'd be cool. Okay, so this shot here is important too because we're back in Jabba, aka Boba's palace. Obviously, that back staircase is the way into the back way into the throne room. So if you're looking at this, Jabba's throne is on the left, and the Rancor pit is directly under this Slimo right here. This guy looks like trouble. Maybe I'm being stereotypical, but because Twi'leks aren't real, I can be a little more prejudiced, I guess. This guy looks like he's up to no good is what I'm saying. Don't trust him with head tails. And then if this is the same scene as before, it looks like he's getting the business. So if he's down in the pit, right, and obviously the Rancor is dead at this point, both the Black Series Rancor and the real life one. I'm so sorry. But listen, especially under Disney, say what you want, they connect the dots, especially when Filoni is involved. So obviously Filoni's in charge of anything animated, including Bad Batch, and he obviously, Robert Rodriguez, Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau have all kind of had a hangout sesh talking about what Book of Boba Fett looks like. So my guess is the Rancor that is important in Bad Batch, maybe there's a secondary Rancor. I think that we don't understand the depths of how big Jabba's palace is. And I think we don't understand this Rancor pit may be one of 5 Rancor pits. You see what I'm saying? It would make sense that he would have another one, right? Jabba's a collector of all things.
I am Boba Fett.
Finish with that dadgum seismic charge just like I want. You guys, you spoil me. Well, I mean, man, what else do you say? My thoughts, I think that they're still showing us stuff from very early on in the show. There's not been a huge reveal yet. As far as, you know what's funny? I wore this safari hat because I was going to say we're going on an adventure, and I totally forgot. Oh, well. But, I mean, nothing super crazy. You know, people were messaging me like, oh my gosh, it's going to blow your mind. And I thought it was really cool. I'm not going to lie. I hyped myself up. So I was like, it's Bosk. I know it. But, you know what it could be? It could be the important thing is whatever that ship is. And once I do a little dive into this source book, I may be like, that's something important. You know, we'll see. But I will say, I'm very interested, and my interest is piqued. I love how everything just comes together in life sometimes. Like, had a long and hard but productive day. It's the 10th day of 30 Days of Boba Fett. A nice round number 10, and now I get a trailer and do a little reaction and breakdown. Seismic charges all around. How many seismic charges can you have in a single 1-minute trailer? But you know what? Those folks at Lucasfilm who are watching the Chiss Ascendancy podcast, and I get it. I don't know what I'm doing wrong to not grow to be huge. I'm not trying to be arrogant, but I would love for the channel to grow, obviously. And when these videos get like 12 views, maybe one of them's Filoni. I mean, that's obviously like shooting for the moon, but it is kind of ironic that I talk about things that I really like. We just did a show. I mean, obviously they've been making this trailer for a hot minute, but we talk about Slave One. We talk about the importance of the gauntlet. Seismic charge is just like right up my alley. And then all of those things that are in there. I can't wait. You know, it'd be cool. In the Obi-Wan Sizzler, whenever it kind of comes to a halt and you just hear that, and it's the way they introduced that Vader's going to be in the show. It would be really sick if at the end of one of these trailers, they just put like I don't know, a Bosk sound. I was really kind of wondering if there at the end, it would just be it's been a while, kid. And that would be like the boom. And then December 29th. I thought maybe there'd be a crazy reveal, but I'm okay with it. You know, I here's the thing. I'm going to watch every second of every episode, no matter what. And so if they show me something crazy and it spoils some big thing, I'm going to watch it still. I'm not one of those people that's like, well, no, I'm not gonna. Like, I'm still going to enjoy it 100, million%. So I'm excited. I do like that they're showing us things. I really do think, just like The Mandalorian, I believe it's going to end up being 7 episodes, if I'm not mistaken. So I still think they're showing us stuff from episode 1 and maybe 2. I don't think there's anything really wild in there that's going to be in episodes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I do think we make it off of Tatooine. I do think that we're going to go other places. I can't figure out, in Legends, Boba Fett didn't want to even be Mandalore and ruler of Mandalore, but he was kind of pressed into it by people he looked up to, and the people themselves were like, yes, you'd be a great leader. So I don't really see it being in the cards that he's overly concerned on the fate of Mandalore. He in the Mandalorian couldn't care less. And so anyways, I think it's interesting. We'll see. Man, I'm sure I'll come up with thoughts later, but my first thing is I want to get off this video and dive into this source book to see if I can find what ship that is in the trailer. But man, so exciting. If you guys caught anything or saw something I didn't see, please, sound off in the comments and let me know what you guys are thinking. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the Chiss Ascendancy, day 10 of 30 Days of Boba Fett. We're almost there, guys. It's literally right around the corner. I'm excited for Christmas, but I'm just kind of ready for Christmas to be over so I can get to the book of Boba Fett. So thank you guys for tuning into the channel. Please like this video, subscribe, and share it with your friends. And remember, the Force will be with you always. See y'all soon.